guys, welcome back to Eidolon. This is probably episode 5 or 6. Been kind of getting in the habit of playing this every night after playing some Avius or just kind of hanging out watching TV. Last time we found the little village on the map, all these little huts, but we haven't found anything of any interest yet, and it has remained foggy throughout the entire course of the day. Which does happen up here in the Pacific Northwest, but it also wants me to think that the seasons are potentially changing. We're going to keep wandering around this area to see if we find anything interesting, any central building. I'm going to be a little bit shocked if we don't find anything at all. So we're going to keep moving around. This is where I wanted the map here. There's 3 houses. There's something here. Maybe another hill or something. And then there's a bunch of houses here in the back. Again, I don't know how detailed this map is. But either way, I'm going to explore around here a little bit more. And then we're going to go over and see if those are indeed power line poles. It's so foggy. It's like, geez, oh man. Running. We want to run here, and I guess I could just go climb up the little hill here and see if I see anything. Again, we're looking for flashing lights, and oh yeah, there's some more houses over here. I don't think we came to these houses in the different forest here. Oh, there's no berries. Maybe the berries... Oh, yeah, those are berries. I guess I can't harvest those berries. These are big bushes. They're not little small ones. Oh, here's a bunch of houses. So those were like the 3 at the front then. So then we were at this, and now we're at this. So this is just a general representation. Wow. Okay. There might be more to this. Let's go ahead and check every house. Let the process begin. That bush is growing in. Oh, look, it's a little face. You see the face? It's kind of funny. Nothing in there. Let's just keep track of... Wow, there's so many. Ooh, there's a big building over there of some sort. Okay, there's stuff. There's stuff. I'm excited now. I was really disappointed last night when we found absolutely nothing. I was ready to be like, I quit. No, I was just bummed. I was really expecting to get something before I went to sleep last night, and I got nothing. But then here again is me assuming that there's going to be something here. Could very well be nothing at all, and the fact that there is something here is supposed to be what I learn. Look at them all! Wow! There's so many houses. They're all little huts. Very small huts. Oh, is that a big rock there? Maybe this is just a big rock that's here in the middle of it. Look at them all. I've got to check all of these. Oh my gosh. Alright, I don't see any flashing orbs. There's potentially something over by that tree next to the rock. But otherwise, I see nothing. So, I'm going to start by checking these houses here, and then we'll continue on. I just don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss a single thing. So we'll go ahead and probably fast forward through some of this. This is definitely some sort of settlement. Very strange settlement. Now, I could be assuming that I'm a human, but that could be very possible that I'm not. I could also be assuming that these were built for humans, if I really want to get crazy. Oh, this is an interesting music piece. I haven't heard this one yet. Sounds like Dracula. Oh, there we go. Is this a... Maybe this is a rock. Maybe this is a church? A very plain church. There's two green orbs. Listen to this sound they make. I'm confused. What are these flashing green things going into the sky? See them? What the heck? See? It's over there. That was so weird. Does it always do that? That's bizarre. It's like, is that just random effect? Or are those supposed to signify like a direction? Like, I should go that way, that's where that person is. Okay, we need to read this though. I think the one on the left is the journal entry we got before. Oh, okay, I can click on it because I was like, it's kind of like overwritten. So this is titled Oldtown. Okay, this is going to be hard to decipher here. That's one of the complaints I've heard about this. It's hard to decipher, but I stand by the maker's point of making it. It's part of the experience to decipher it. It's part of the adventure of figuring out each of these people's personalities and their handwriting. And it gives you a feel for what was going on, too, based on that. So weekly sermon notes for February. Is that what that says? February something. YL 189. That was YL 182. This is Y89. Explain I haven't been in this for very long. Okay, so this is like shorthand for what he was going to say. Explain I haven't been in this for very long. Express my own humility as an example to follow. Denial of last glory sacrifice for something and loss. Used to discuss Julia's and Christie's great sacrifice and still news of humility. I guess that's humility in crowd. Talk through recent past to contemplate life and as hard times, or to something compare about life in a hard time. Major loss of hunters. Glory of the Father. Many vigilant, and most importantly, all our own family. Loss of food, loss of structure, and loss of faith. Struggle of survivors. Loss. Those left Leviathan. Is that supposed to be Leviathan again? Debate loss of represents this week as a... You guys can pause this and read it yourself if you want to spend more time on it. I'm going to try and skim a little bit more. Explain that there was definitely something on Newly so that they've been drawn in by the David, and that we can only, or may only, go for their souls. Use sacrifice to discuss ways to deal with hard times, to stay human and peaceful, humble and peaceful maybe. James chapter 1 verse 12. Blessed is the man who something under something. For when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life which God has promised to those who love him. Philippians chapter 4 verses 6 through 8. I should actually look these up in the Bible and actually see. I could actually have them to read. Do not something about anything, but in everything supplication with thanksgiving let you so to God and the peace of God, which something. This is really difficult to read. Oh my gosh. Finally, brothers, whatever in true, whatever in honored, whatever is just, whatever is something, whatever is lovely, whatever is comfortable, if they're communicable, if there is my excellence, if there is anything worthy of mind, think about these things. I'm gonna actually have to look those verses up. I see why people are frustrated, because I want to see this information fully. I want to fully understand what this says. However, I can't quite fully understand what this says, which is frustrating because I want to, because I know there's probably more information than what I'm getting from this. But I like how I'm not. I like that feeling. I like what that does to the experience, so I like that it's difficult to read. If you want to do something awesome, you could fully transcribe this down below in the comments, and then I can read it next time and mention you if you want to do that. Of course, the Bible verses, I could probably find those. I can get those and read those at a later time when I can get that ready. So those were the sermon notes. This is a church of some sort. Very interesting church. Well, I mean, it's got the shape, but it has like no design to it. It's just a polygon. So let's get this one too. Okay, this is another note here. This is also. Oh, wait. I'm not sure. I still don't understand what these are. Maybe this is labeling them into categories. Are all of these relating to Oldtown? And then this one is by Ada. And then this one is this one. But we can read this one really well. So let's go ahead and do this. My name's Danica Hemberly, and I write this today, year of our Lord 218, as a remembrance of the Old Town and how it came to its final. Okay, so first off, before I continue, this, okay, so these must, oh, it's got it back. This must relate to Oldtown. So these relate to Oldtown. That's what this category is. Second, the YL and the date, it's year of our Lord, and then the year. So this was first, this was second, and then this was the most recent, year of our Lord 218. Looks like this town was here until 218. She's going to talk about the final here in a second. And okay, so think about it. We do our dates now as the year 0 being the birth of Christ, and then everything after that. So we're year 2000, although you can't say AD after his death because that's politically incorrect now. So it's like CE or something like that, or whatever they call it nowadays in the science world to not be offensive for focusing just solely on Christ. But they seem to have started counting over again. And they seem, and it's in recent years. This is supposed to take place in 2400. So I'm pretty sure this is obviously happening a couple hundred years, or at least, a half of a lifetime after something has happened. But something has caused them to restart counting their years. Year of our Lord. So maybe this is going to get into some sort of religious apocalypse, which I would be super interested in. But maybe not at all. But this is really interesting. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll finish reading now. I am now, it's possible, the only bodied soul in all of Eden, a truth not known since Adam's day. For these last near 30 years since the so-called Great Pilgrimage, our numbers have fallen. Me being the youngest left, it's true I took it on me to provide a new generation, but it wasn't God's will. No, and me, I've stayed the youngest till now, I'm the last, and I don't plan to be the last for long. Yes, Oldtown has lived long, but now it must fall and become another ruin, the last ruin. I write today that it not be forgotten. I get the impression that this kid is really young considering how he spells, or it could just be the English that has changed. Talking about the Garden of Eden, sounds like they're on some great pilgrimage, so something religious has happened, and either these people are moving to travel to a new area, or this is where they have settled, and he considers himself to be in the Eden right now, or going to the Garden of Eden, or something. The trouble began with those Ada and Jocelyn who returned from the dark wilds, spreading terrible mischief and madness. Ada and Jocelyn. Speaking of which, is this the same Ada and Jocelyn in here? We have Ada and Joss, yeah. Okay, so this was Adam and Jocelyn. So they came back here after they went into the dark wilds and have been spreading mischief and madness, that the ruins were not all dead, that they were not forsaken by the Father, that we weren't alone, and most madly that these Others had fooled death and cured sickness. Such arrogance you might think. Well, old myths and rumors are not easily put to rest. Me, I have heard these stories and others less fanciful in my youth. When I was new, the other hunters told me false tales of cities of life and cities of night, of animals that glowed pale under the moon, of wild men who sprung from the west, the wet earth, and lived their whole lives out. But I was blessed, thank the Lord, with a father who cared for me, and when he heard me repeat such things, he quickly punished me and warned me of the dangers of falsehood. One mother, who I had been close to later, told me of a time when in her new years she'd heard such tales too, long-lived childish myths. But there were always the occasional few young who'd heard such tales and run off with assurance that they'd find them. True Ada and Joss were the first ever to come back, far as I've ever heard, and they claimed to have seen proof, to have met an other out there who'd lived many lives. So they appear to be here isolated, thinking that they're the only ones, they are the ones that are carrying on the human civilization, potentially. They're here, they are, in a sense, Father's children, Father being God, and they live here in this town, and people hear that there's actually outside rumors, but those rumors are being suppressed by the elders, if you want to call them that, whether or not they have seen it themselves and they know it's best for them to stay here and be ignorant of what is out. But then the people that do sneak out never come back alive, except for these two people, Ada and Joss, which we found the notes for in their camp. Well, they were captured, yes, and punished, but it weren't enough, really. They told their tale, and there were many ready to hear it. Maybe it'd been a hard year, too hard a year, and folks, especially young ones, they wanted to believe something foolish. Too many of them, wise and respected, were killed when the young hunters rose up to free the liars, to be led out to death in the dark night. We held together some months after that, but it wasn't long till others were leaving in groups in the night, and the old town got sad and quiet, though the father got louder surely. A year and some later, in year of our Lord 190, when the wise and respected had claimed and the new young had fully and quietly organized themselves, that's when, after some public discussion and arguments, us trying to stop them and them trying to bring us, that's when we saw the pilgrimage. That's when the old town breathed its last true breath, since that's when the old town lost its last chance for a new generation. The rest of us, we stayed true and lived our lives out here. Mostly we were too old to hunt, but our numbers were so small, the smallest they'd been since the start, and our farms held out enough, paired with our stores, to keep us going as long we have. Perhaps it's true. I think sometimes maybe there are others out there, other folks in other villages, but even so I could never leave. I don't regret for one moment staying behind to tend to the old town, to preserve it bless it could. Sure, I miss mine, all of us did, but that's aside now. It wasn't too left, was it? Whew, that's like super deep and interesting. So everybody started to leave after they'd heard the rumors that maybe life was trying to like pick back up, life as they had knew it 100 years or so before. And they kept leaving, but they stayed because they wanted to be true to their father. And I'm assuming every time they use father, because it's capitalized, they're meaning the Lord. They stayed here and farmed themselves and lived, but now they just basically run out, and the last of them are now dying. Super dark and interesting. Wow, we ate a lot. We need to get some more food. Let's go ahead and sleep, and then we'll explore in the morning. Beyond thy lectures learned professor, beyond thy telescope or spectroscope observer keen, beyond all mathematics, beyond the doctor's surgery, anatomy, beyond the chemist with his chemistry, the entities of entities, Eidolons. First up, I apologize, I'm assuming you guys were fine with me reading and talking about what I'm thinking. If you have different ideas, let me hear it. I'm really apprehensive to read the comments because I don't want people to spoil absolutely anything. I will just ban you from my channel if you spoil something down below. But if you have other information to live, maybe in a couple episodes down the road, once I get... Well, this will be uploaded probably like a week or so after I'm recording this, so it'll probably be safe for me to look around and... It'll probably be safe for me to, look in the comments and, be fine with it. What is this? This is new. Oh, can't pick it up, whatever it is. So maybe they were kind when they made the game and realized who wants to check all these houses, and they put them in the center of the town, in the church, but I'm still going to skim around just a little bit here to see if there's anything. I think I can hear the sound effect when I get close. But we do need to address the issue of food as soon as possible. So they did all center around the church, that is for sure. Okay, it looks like we're starting to leave the town here. Let's check our map and our compass. So that's, okay, I do see that's an image of a church there. And we need to go basically due north of. So head in this direction. I want to go see if those are power line poles or not, because that'll be basically proof that there was the original civilization in this area, and then this will be interesting to see what came of Oldtown. Thanks so much for watching. Season 10 of Tornado Survival has begun. Click here in the top right to see the first episode in that series. If you'd like to check out my Minecraft server Avius, click here in the top left. Click the link below to follow me on Twitter to get the latest on my channel. And if you've liked what you've seen so far, click the big banner below to subscribe.